Happy New Year. You know who it is. Bars and Threads. Featuring a Paris, a hip hop head, historian, Jhob 360, lyricist on point to them fashion and sneakers to no end. This fascinated opinions and reviews of things that I see around me or in the atmosphere. But let's get this clear. It's a whole new year. This is episode 13. Staying focused on the mission is the name of this episode. So let's get right down to it. I got triple N's, right? That's how I'm going to start my year off. I'm going to get rid of triple N's. It's three of them, right? No new Nike sneakers for 2026, maybe 2027 too. It's a possibility that might actually go down. No more smoking Newports. Newport reduction, I would want to call it, because, I needed to stop smoking or whatever. I don't smoke like that really, but I just had some things that sometimes you just won't be wanting to grab one of those, and I don't know. It all depends on the situation, but you know how it is. No negative networking. Before I start to get into those, I'm going to start with Nike first. And the reason why I want to talk about Nike first is because this company has repeated the same shoe for decades, because the quality isn't timeless. I fell for the trap for almost 2 decades. Ungrailing grails, a multitude of backdooring, fakes. I have no more energy for investing in a must-need for a majority, but not I. And that's a surprise, because I just feel like that, you can go in certain directions and don't have to deal with that. I have to be in that lane type of model, and I think I'm headed that direction, definitely. Now I'm going to talk about the second N, which is for health reasons, smoking too much of anything for the next couple of years. I think I'm going to fall back, from smoking even the ganja if I have to for a little while, because for health reasons I kind of want to be here for my grandson whose birthday just passed. Happy birthday, Cadence. My third big N is no negative networking. Whether it's fashion, music, and art, I'm vibing to preserve the natural, organic, heads up, pause for positivity. I just want to boost more positivity, because I don't feel like that, people just have opinions, and what they glorify our gratitude to certain things or whatever, but I don't feel like that there's any unnecessary hate. I've had things happen over the year where it was like people flag my videos on Instagram, and I'm just playing the music that I grew up to love or whatever, and I wasn't trying to hurt nobody or steal any money out of nobody's pocket. But to continue on, this might be the first year in life I'm saying goodbye to any negative from anyone, because I just got to stay balanced. I want to make the podcast here a lot better, and I got a lot of surprises coming up. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but I just think about it. This is, I'm doing something about, the music and the fashion that saved our minds and is embedded in us, and that's just called hip hop. That's what I'm talking about. I want to keep this show focused on hip hop, and if I stray off a path where you feel like, oh yeah, you strayed off a path and you went into that gossip part or whatever, blah blah blah, I can correct myself. I don't need an audience to correct me, but I'm gonna do some surprising things. But make sure you like, subscribe, tune in, and comment, because I will be needing your opinion probably over the next couple podcasts that are coming up. I really want somebody to opinion. I don't care if it's my 2 viewers, my 3 viewers, or my 5 viewers, but make sure that y'all, you're here to make sure you show your boy some love or whatever, or say F you at the all same time. It's all the same view. You heard me. But anyway, the hip hop quotable was Mobb Deep, Eye for an Eye. Of course, it was Nas' verse. I also put up some fly sneaks coming out this week, which that was probably like 2 weeks ago. I don't even know. Haven't checked the Instagram page to see how I get caught up, but check it out. Like I told y'all, it's just almost like a mixtape. Um, I did put those sneakers on there, but there is Nike product in there. I'm not a hater. Like I'm not saying I'm just not buying any new Nike sneakers for the year 2026 and possibly part of 2027. Um, I don't see. There's just a repeating. It's beating your head in, and I just can't do it. Not too much fashion to mention, but I felt like next year this year right now, I'm going to bring out some classic nostalgia with a little bit of new, higher up level ways of doing things, and not just coming on here and just like spilling out and giving y'all a bunch of chit chat. So I just wanted to reopen the show again, basically, and let y'all know that I'm on this coming of age or Renaissance type of shit. Let's go into some more reviews from the past that were good and worth checking out. But wait, time out. Let me get to this Blockefeller Records. This any podcast who is reviewing music. This we should block even if it's that person, this person. What I'm doing here is a little different than what others believe or under the influence to believe. I'm on here to basically promote the music, get people to listen more, and educate people that it's not dying and it's still here and it still sounds good and it's worth listening to. So I'm putting out those efforts and those things. I'm not hating on anybody and rating anybody in a fashion of that magazine that was more along of a nepotistic point of view and embedding in people things that were untruths. I'm not here for that. I'm just pointing out the lyrics that Joe 360, which is me, likes. And if I skip somebody or I didn't get to it or whatever else, address me, don't block me, because I'm here to promote the music. And it's not even my material to promote, but it just brings back that feeling that has me here right now just recording these videos, whether people view it or not. So I'm on a whole different concept with things when it comes to things. So I just want to address that person. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to make it seem like that I'm beefing with the person. And he didn't say it specifically towards me, but I'm going to do this review on these artists that I feel like are really pushing the culture right now lyrically. I'm here for the hip hop, all that flip flop. You can walk with that shit, you know what I mean? Take that shit somewhere else, you know what I mean? Sorry about the cursing, but sometimes you gotta let it off. So I'm definitely gonna go to my man Graf and 38 Special's album called God's Timing. I gave Graf a solid 4 for this album and his lyrical content to this one. And keeping up with his made me see how God's timing works. I mean, it just showed me how God's timing really works. And from the fight for love to the Rockefeller chain to the straight shooter, shows teaming up can turn out, I don't know, shout out to Graf and Griselda. Man, that was incredible. I mean, I appreciate how Graf is really starting to, really grow into where he should have been in the first place on the lyrical level. So I want to say shout out to Graf, shout out to Griselda, shout out to Ransom, shout out to all those MCs, Stove God Cooks, Flea Lord, OT The Real, Dave East, Fabo. Shout out to everybody out here who is really throwing them balls. Shout out to Fabulous. Actually, if y'all haven't heard it, it is on the Instagram page where he throws shots. But I'm not naming names. I'm just going with y'all. That's why I'm feeding you over to the other way so we can just go ahead and check that out. But if you drop it in the comments, something extra might happen if you want me to go ahead and dissect what was said. So, you know what I mean? Just make sure you drop that in the comments. But at the same time, hit that notification bell, subscribe, like, comment to the page. The next group that I have coming up, it's one of my favorite groups. I can't even sit here and say enough for them as a retired lyricist, someone who really knows the craft very well, and you're gonna see that in the next few videos coming up. You know what I mean? This has been real to me because it's that feeling like, you know, if you felt that gatekeeping or that imprisonment and you heard this music, it freed you from that in your mind, even if you still were going through it in plain time. So I have to give it out to this group because it's almost like they take me back to that time and then they bring me back and I'm sitting here right now again and it's that type of music that just takes that vibe to the next level where you're like, wow, this is the type of music I can feel right here. You know, I can really get that feeling from. So long introduction, but Coast Contra. Pause. It's been a while, but I figured it's been time. The Old Way mixtape, Apartment 505. I'm gonna say it here, and you can get mad at me. You can not like it. I'm going to say it here first. 5 mic albums, both. Not one, but both. You know, uno dos. You know, two. You know what I mean? So Deuce says. I just got to give it to him. Razzcast being the father of 2 of Coast Contra means a lot. I actually did have that story up, but unfortunately that story was flagged on my Instagram page, but he actually explains, shout out to Razzcast by the way, he actually explains the actual 2 sons on his page. I believe you can find it there, and that's how he explains it on this podcast. And he describes how I think Raz and I think Taj is the 2 sons that are his of Coast Contra, but they're all family. So anyway, that just means a lot. I mean, lyrically, something later. The new school to me, Raz is always going to be one of my favorite MCs. I think if you know me, if you really do know me, you know that Raz is in my top. And pause. And I don't like when people say that, you know, he's not like wasn't an R&B MC and things like that. I mean, that's all for your debate, but I just saw lyrically something different in Razzcast that I saw in other lyrical cats. His children actually carry that lyrical tradition that's unmatched. Both albums have left the world wanting more. If you're not up on them, you might want to check them out. This is the purest form of hip hop that came from our youth. And I think that they deserve the love and respect from that. And it's been a long time since we've actually felt that vibe that felt like 94 or even 88. Yeah, we can go back. But if you want to go back, I'll get to that Triple F coming soon. You know what I'm saying? The Triple F, which is Fundamental Facts Friday, that will be coming soon. But it's a big surprise coming up on episode 14. Hence will be dropped on Instagram page. Link in that description down there. You can just touch the link and bang, you right there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let's enjoy the art form that freed us from that down part of life and went up. Until then,